housewife's sister, Trisha, and she has asked that I share with you just a quick recipe that I have for making a simple yet sweet and delightful treat. So I'm here in the Happy Housewife's kitchen and I'm going to show you one of my favorite snacks. It's simply called the Poptart, and you can find this in any local grocery store. You can find coupons in your Sunday paper. I prefer the brown sugar and cinnamon frosted. There is brown sugar without the frosting. Make sure you get brown sugar with frosting. To me, this is the one and only choice for the Pop-Tart. Now, you can get them in a 6-pack or a 12-pack. A 12-pack is obviously a better bang for your buck because when you buy in bulk quantity, you obviously save more. So they each come in 2 in a pack, and you'll notice you want to be very careful when you're opening the pack not to create like a breakthrough on the seam. So what I do is I just take 2 fingers here and 2 fingers here, and just a light tug. You don't want to use too much force to rip open. And see, there we go. See, I'm still working on this, but see how that tear, but you know, we can still work with it. So what I do is I typically lay it flat on the counter, and then if you can see this camera angle, you just pull and open, and I like to just expose everything here. Just kind of lay it flat, give it a minute to settle, and then now I'm not used to using the toaster oven. I have your standard pop-up toaster, but we'll see how this works for us. Now it's important to put the frosting up. You just slide it right in there like that. You know, some might like to do it this way. I prefer to give as much grabbing surface if you need to. So we're going to slowly shut it. Hi guys. And then let's see, like I said, I'm not really familiar with this. Let's say about 3 minutes, and let's say 5 minutes, and then move this around. Maybe 250, I don't know, we'll just see. And now we wait. Now this would be a good time to grab a glass of milk. If you like milk, to me that's the perfect combo. Get some calcium in with the sugar and obviously the carbohydrates. And we'll come back in a minute and we'll see when this is done. And it looks like it's time for Pop-Tarts. Now while this is just cooling off a little bit. Nice glass of protein. Now you want to be very careful. It is hot, the toaster oven. Some people like to wear gloves. I like to just kind of make it a game of can I not get burned. So what I'll do is just grab, just a little tap, and slide it off to the plate. And then do it again. Now here's the key. And I don't think a lot of people realize this about Pop-Tarts. A Pop-Tart is really good when it's, of course, warm and everything is melted. So what I like to do is I stack them on top of each other. That way the heat stays together, and of course it stays hotter longer. And so you can eat the Pop-Tart on the top while you're still heating it, using the bottom one and keeping the bottom one warm, because, you know, I don't know, I'm not very smart, I don't know what that's really called, but you're just keeping all the heat together. So you have the Pop-Tart, and then the way that I like to eat it is kind of like you eat the bad stuff first, and then you save dessert for last. So what I do is, if you kind of come up here close, and I just use it as a little folding technique, just like if you're folding a sheet of paper, the bend back and forth method. And see, okay, these are obviously great because it is a Pop-Tart, but you have the, you know, non-sugary side on this side, so it's not the best piece of real estate, if you will. So I would eat this, and then I just kind of break it apart, and I would eat this. I'm not going to eat it now just for sake of time, and I don't really like a lot of people watching me eat, so I'm just going to show you my movements. And like I said, be careful because it is hot. It just came out of the oven. And see that gooey goodness? And then so once you've eaten on this, it's like dinner is over. It's time for dessert. And once it cools down a little bit, of course you still want it warm. I really like to peel this back. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And then you eat that. And then that's Pop-Tart. And then you still have a whole second one that's still warm because you did everything on top of the Pop-Tart. So that's my tip. I hope you enjoyed it. And I would highly recommend you go to your local grocery store and purchase Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. And don't get the generic. It really does make a difference.